guys, back again with me Bella. So today I want to tell you something interesting and personally unique and not many people know. By the way, you must know the Simpsons cartoon. Yes, right. The Simpsons is an American comedy cartoon series created by Matt Groening. The program first began airing as a cut of the Tracy Ullman Show in 1987. Each episode of The Simpsons focuses on the lives of the Simpsons family, consisting of Homer, Marge, Bart, Lisa, and Maggie, living in a town called Springfield. The Simpsons family is accompanied by more than 300 supporting characters who themselves are also well known to the audience. Currently, The Simpsons is aired by Fox in the United States and is the longest running animated series in US history. The Simpsons is already in its 25th season in 2014. Despite its cartoon format, The Simpsons is a show aimed at mature audiences. The themes raised are diverse and often include sensitive topics, but here I'm not to tell you about the history of The Simpsons, but rather one of the interesting episodes of The Simpsons cartoon, namely Bart versus Australia, which is the 16th episode of the 6th season of The Simpsons. The episode was originally broadcast on the Fox channel in the United States on February 1995. Now, the interesting thing about this episode is that it has something to do with our country, Indonesia. Are you curious? Let's discuss it. So here it is, guys. In the Bart vs. Australia episode, Bart Simpson did it again. This time accidentally sending a bunch of a change to Australia. As you can imagine, the Australians immediately went berserk. It became a fight between Springfield and Australia. Well, this episode is really funny but very satirical about international relations, nationalism, and how the mass media likes to make everything more dramatic. It's typical The Simpsons humor, smart but still hilarious. But what's interesting about this episode is when Bart was looking for a map of Australia using a globe.
Hello, operator. I'd like to make a collect call to Australia.
When he found it, it looked strange. Why? The problem is there the map of Kalimantan Island, which should belong to Indonesia and Malaysia, is instead drawn together with the island of Sulawesi and named Singapore. It's hilarious, but it makes people think of Mr. Jokowi's speech about IKN. Now, because the scene makes people think of IKN, aka the capital of the Nusantara, which also has something to do with Singapore and Mr. Jokowi's speech, aka the 7th President of Indonesia. Now, the Bart scene was linked to Mr. Jokowi's speech at the Ecosperity 2023 event in Singapore.
Will be comfortable city to live in and to do business. I know housing prices here have risen very high. Maybe living in Nusantara can become an option.
Well, there he said that IKN, aka the capital of the Nusantara, is very safe, not only for living, but also for investment and invited Singaporeans to invest and live in IKN. Now, this has made netizens uproar and fear that this will become a reality. Well, but this is still guess, and hopefully, it is just a coincidence.